so ashamed of her breasts that she lets a Machiavellian psychopath cut them off.
How dare you?
But I was not a member of the IRA.
Get a couple of dozen of your mates and go down to that Buckingham Palace and kill the old bag.
Big Mike il capo.
Gran Mikey el jefe. ビッグマイクとチーフ。ミクマイและหัวหน้า
Funny.
Big Mike and the Chief.
And hello, speaking to your microphone there, Peacock.
Hello.
There we go. There we go, and Chief.
Woohoo.
Oh, the three boys.
We're back.
Do you know what? First off, welcome back.
Peacock.
Thanks very much.
Welcome back.
Honor.
Welcome back. We've obviously been. I suppose you could say that we'd be slagging you off.
We've been lampooning you.
But I wouldn't say. I would say more. We're kind of a tip of the cap, a dot. The
Yes.
cap. For a place of love.
To be mentioned is to be loved.
Yes,
Mike would say.
Yes, I do say that. I did say that. I think.
Mike said I'd get a lot of name recognition. Now I'm still waiting, but
Yes.
I like
Yeah.
it.
Well,
It's a long-term investment.
It's a long-term investment, Peacock.
Look, I like it. I actually like it. I listen. I'm like, I'm the star of the show. Really, these
Yes,
guys
You are.
just-
You are.
You're the belle of the ball.
You are the belle
You're
of the
Cinderella,
ball.
Peacock.
Peacock. Get that drink into you, Peacock.
Tell me this, because we were just saying before this, we were discussing a motion picture, which a big fan of, and one of Edward Norton's finest performances of American History X.
X.
And what I took out that movie, that obviously, much like Vittorio Angeloni's debut show Translations, I took out that racism is bad.
Yes.
And racism is really bad.
Yeah.
And I said, I also took out what would, though, if you did want to kill an enemy, make them bite the curb. And
That's
yes.
oh man, I'll never forget that.
it's one of the
it's very gruesome.
one of the most rotten things a director has ever proposed.
And he had a
to
gun.
shoot.
And he had a gun
He
at the
could have
time.
had-
He had
yeah,
a
he
gun
did.
at the time.
Oh no,
He could have shot him.
Oh, it was out
Yeah.
of pure malice.
And did that fella survive? Who
Huh?
got curb stomped?
Your man?
Yeah.
I think then he went on to. I think he went on to be some sort of an actor in that world.
Right.
In that, no, I think he did.
Where people don't have.
Well, hold
jaws.
on now. The curb stomping, does that defo kill you?
I don't think it defo kills you. I don't know if he killed him because he was out of jail after only a few years.
That's right. That's a very good point.
That's a good point, Peacock.
Yes.
Very, very good observation.
Well, he's if not a film critic.
Yes, it's a good thing you've got that helmet on, Peacock.
Yes.
Protect those ideas.
Yes.
But we were saying our takeaways
because
from American
I said it was racism bad, and then you had a completely different.
take.
Well, you took away something different from the movie.
Well,
as
I
a
was saying,
gayman.
at one point in the movie, Mr. Norton, he gets raped
Yes.
in the prison showers
Yes.
by the Aryan Brotherhood. And at that point in the movie, I was like, I had a eureka moment. I was like, whoa, maybe if I become a neo-Nazi, someone will fuck me.
Oh!
Yeah.
Hey now. Surely.
there must be an easier way.
There must be. I've tried every other path, Peacock. The only way is to commit a hate crime, end up in prison, and get fucked by the Aryan Brotherhood.
Now tell me this much and tell me no more. If you were in prison, and I've actually wondered, and we can actually discuss, this is actually something I've been wondering, and I wanted to pick your brain about, particularly Peacock. Now, if you were in prison, you'd obviously be, dropping this soap left, right, and center. And oh my God, I did it again.
Yeah.
Old Butterfingers.
The soap bar, slippery minks.
But I feel like a lot of them, if you really wanted it, they'd be like, they wouldn't want to give it.
No, it takes away from the
Thrill of the chase.
thrill of the chase. Yes. Peacock, you'd be doing the raping in prison. You would. You'd be safe in prison. No one would try and rape you.
It'd be hard to do cognitive dissonance to make me a woman in your own mind. I feel
That's very
that'd be the
true.
issue.
That's
That's
very
right.
true.
Even if you did beat me senseless, it would still be
Right.
gay.
Yeah.
It would be gay. Yeah, there's no getting around that.
There's no escaping
hairy
that.
arse of yours.
No. But I was thinking because men obviously, as we all know, we have our own clit up our arsehole.
We do.
Isn't that right?
Yeah.
We have our own,
they say.
our own G spot, G unit.
Yeah.
And have any of you ever had that? Have you ever had that tickled now?
Look, I've made attempts. I wouldn't say that it was ever like.
Now you've made attempts at your own
Oh, both, yeah.
Right, you've taken a swipe at your own bum.
I have tried, yeah. Sure,
Okay.
in dark nights where you're lonely and alone. And
You're clawing at yourself.
I mean, you were watching The Dark Knight. You
Searching.
were like, oh,
The Joker blows up a hospital.
Now's the time.
Now that's a sexy guess.
yeah. But then you've also tried to get a woman to.
Yeah, of course.
What a brave woman.
A very brave woman.
You've tried. You've tried to convince educated women to rummage around in the arts of Peacock.
I'd say a rummage around. Hold on now. Why did we come to me first on this one?
The search for happiness up the arts of Peacock.
Yeah, well, look, you try things.
Yeah.
Sometimes they work.
You do.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Life is
they
hard.
don't work. Yeah, look.
Keep
As
that
you-
mic up to your face now.
As you get older, you get bored with the conventional and move towards the
old,
The
unusual.
unconventional.
the old meat and
Yeah.
potatoes. And do you think that's kind of what got the likes of Epstein in trouble? That outlook.
Almost definitely, yeah.
Right.
He was probably a fine fella when he was 16, 17 years old, shagging 16, 17-year-olds.
Yes.
Is it that power corrupts, Peacock? Do you think?
I'd
Is
say
it that
certainly, yeah.
What power? Tower.
power?
Power.
So you're a man. You've power. You're Mao Zedong.
Yes.
And you can have any young Chinese woman there is, but you want the sow, the pig, the
Right.
garden pig,
Right.
because that's forbidden. Mao Zedong was shagging pigs.
What?
Oh,
Is
was
this
he?
real?
Yes.
I thought he was
Apparently, yes.
Yes.
Okay, now where'd you pick this up?
Put my articles.
Your article.
I'm about the only
in the
one
Daily
here.
Moon.
I'm about the only one here who bothers my arse to read articles.
Yes.
And I've read an
Flanagan wrote this, I'm almost sure.
Yeah, he did.
I'm actually certain it was penned,
Flanagan wrote
it was
it for
penned
sure.
by Peter Flanagan.
Yes.
But so Mao Zedong, famously, if you don't know, he was a communist leader of China. We have a poster of him in the kitchen there, and I read his little red book every night. He had a little red book of rules.
The audio tape.
Huh?
Do you listen to
The audio book of the little
Yeah.
red Mao Zedong's little red book.
Yeah.
I have listened to it. I don't understand a word of it.
Right. Okay.
It's in Chinese.
Oh, it's in
but
Chinese.
It is, yes.
Ah, shit.
But there is a melodicness
Yeah.
to it. But it's basically capitalism is a horrid, rotten thing.
Should we all agree on that?
And I'll agree on him with that. But so anyway, so he was the dictator of China there for ages. And sure, then of course he could have any woman he wanted, and by God he did.
Yes.
And by Jesus, there was barely a Chinese vagina that went unplundered by Mao, by the greedy cock of Mao.
The power of Mao.
Yes,
A man after
the power
your
of
own
Mao.
heart.
Yes,
Yes, as we said before.
Eckhart told the sequel to the Power of Now.
Yeah.
So
The power of Mao. How to conquer women.
that's right.
Yes.
One is about staying in the present. One's about staying in Lucy Lou.
Yes. Every time when I go
There's
to
value in both. You
There's
can
value in both, and happiness is to be found in both.
when I go to when I'm having sex with a lad, right, I bend him over and I say, "Now say dong," and then I shove my cock inside him.
Jesus.
Good God. Hey now.
It's nice to have a little ritual, I suppose, to get
Yeah,
things
it
going.
does. Yeah.
I say
Put on a
good
little straw
God.
hat as well.
I say good God, Peacock, but in truth, God left it cheap a long time ago.
Godless podcast.
He's a godless little man.
Yes.
We have to wear
Oh.
helmets so God doesn't smite us with lightning.
These are lightning-proof helmets.
Yes. We say rotten things and then we go. We look up at him and we say, we know you want to take us down.
I've got some before I some facts about peacocks.
Oh.
I googled
birds, though.
the birds.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
no,
About the birds. Peacocks.
but the birds.
Okay.
Yeah. So did you know that only male birds are called peacocks? Did you know? Okay,
did,
yeah.
yeah.
The babies are called peachicks, and the females are called peacunts. Did you know that?
I didn't know.
No.
No, that's
Yeah.
new one on me
No.
now.
No.
No, but I will say now, because a lot of our listeners will hear that
Yeah.
and they'll think that's come from the rotten mind of Chief and
No,
not Google.
I'm joking. They're called
Peahens.
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 That's the word I heard before.
So you got peachicks of the baby, okay,
Yes.
and a group of peacocks is called a bevy.
Is that right?
Yeah, and you're fond of a bevy.
I'd like a bevy.
You're one of the booziest Susies that's ever drawn
Yeah.
breath on planet Earth. A lot of people would say.
Not.
Yeah.
Probably
Yes.
not.
One of the finest peacocks born. Is that what you
Yes.
said?
I like it as much as the next man.
That's not true. Again.
And then it says peacocks. They're not born with a fancy tail, feathers. They grow in at age 3, which I presume is when they hit puberty or whatever. And then the next one is it's a delicacy
Yes.
Hello.
Taylor.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Number 5 is they were considered a delicacy in medieval Europe.
Yes.
Peacocks. Yes, they were. And then the last fact they have here is that they loved cocaine.
Not surprising. It's very
Just
good.
like you, Peacock.
Well, that bloody adds up.
It's very good, to be fair.
So your cocaine addiction is not a flaw in you. It's a manifestation of your nature.
My good
as
taste.
as a peacock.
Yes. Yes.
I actually, do you know the night, because I had Peacock flew down to Kilkenny for.
As in he flew.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, no,
You
he flew-
spread your peacock wings and you
he
flew
Yes.
down.
He flew down to Kilkenny to open for my show on the 23rd, and he dazzled the crowd with his colour and his colours and his wings and
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
but he did great. But then you fled afterwards.
I was sickened, because I would have loved to meet the legendary Rice.
Yes,
But my dad just did not believe that I'd come home on Christmas Eve at a decent time.
and we had knocked a wall in the house to make a room big enough.
Now you see, what started off as a kindness, and the reason I wanted to meet Rice was because of her famous blowjobs.
Oh! I thought it was just
You better wear that helmet tight. You'll be smited down for such. Oh, Peacock, that was a chin tickler. He caught me with that one. No, she's not famous for that at all. It's for apple tarts and her kindness. I don't know, but anyway,
you thought she was made of rice.
Huh?
You said rice, and he's like, "Where there's rice, there's a peacock." I'll get in there. And anyway.
Anywho.
Yeah.
Rice is food, you see.
Yeah, rice is food.
So I get what he's getting.
No, I understand.
I don't know.
I understand. I've been disorientated by Peacock's jab about my mother.
You get down to Mike's house, like, here's my family, and it's just a bag of Uncle Ben's.
Yes.
It'd be
Say
great
hello
if
to-
you had an actual Uncle Ben.
Yeah,
Say
yeah.
hello to him, father. It's
Yeah.
just a box of Uncle Ben's. I said no. I told you to be polite to my friends. He's just with different sized boxes of rice.
Yeah.
This is my brother. Why are you all so tongue-tied?
Yes.
I can't shut you up when he's not around.
We tried to. I don't know if you. We were thinking of a TV show for Mike to pitch to Channel 4.
Yes.
One of them was Rice Baby.
Yes.
Like
Where-
that. That's
you know
already. Declan Rice has that.
Does he?
He's been on bus fucking billboards, the turncoat doing it, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Why is he a turncoat now, Peacock?
Because he plays for England.
He plays for England. Okay.
Hey, Chief, hold on now. Why is he a turncoat? Declan Rice was playing for Ireland.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Republic of Ireland.
Right.
Good one.
The one that Devil Éire, and
You know.
you know what Devil Éire did.
I know what he did.
And
Michael Collins.
killed Michael Collins allegedly.
Did he?
Although I just heard this is so here's a rumor
Hang
I
on
just
now.
heard. Now listen to this now, because you're in your head you think Alan Rickman is Devil Éire. I know that because you saw the fucking film.
You watched the Michael Collins.
Yeah. He
You
didn't-
think Devil Éire was in Die Hard? Like you're in
Yeah,
your
I thought,
mind.
I thought he was great.
Devil
in Harry-
Éire played Severus Snape.
I thought he was great in Harry Potter.
They're like, Potter.
He's like
Yeah.
Devil Éire's a fine actor.
Yeah. I was expecting him to whip out a wand in Michael Collins and start.
You think that
casting
Devil Éire, the
spells.
worst thing he did, just worse than killing Michael Collins, was cheating on his missus in
Yeah.
love, actually.
Yes, yeah. I thought he killed Michael Collins, but he redeemed himself when he saved Harry.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But listen now, the clue is in the name. Devil
Ooh.
Éire. Okay? He's
Devil Éire wears Prada.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, no.
Éire spelled E-I-R-E.
Devil Éire!
Which to the
Gingerly touch our tips.
drinkers of the Queen's soup, of course, Éire is Ireland. But we are speaking in our native tongue. But so what I was going to say is that Declan Rice, the country that Devil Éire had fought so valiantly to create, the Republic of Ireland. He had played for Ireland, and then he realised he was good.
Are we still talking about Devil Éire?
No, we're talking about Declan Rice now.
Declan Rice.
Okay.
Declan Rice.
Somebody came to him and said, "You're actually pretty good at football."
Right, okay.
A man Devil Éire would have fucking pumped full of lead.
Yeah.
I won't be Jesus.
Yeah.
There would have been so many holes in him. You'd be like, is that a block of cheese or Declan Rice? And we say, no,
Maybe
it's Declan
he's in
Rice.
fact Swiss and not Irish.
That's right. Oh, Peacock!
Yeah,
Come
there
on
we
now.
go.
Came to play.
Peacock came to play.
There you go.
If you ever say anything about Rice again, I'll have you hung, Peacock.
Rice knows well how hung I am.
Oh! You dirty bastard, Peacock.
Take some of that in you now. Swig some of that.
Jesus, man.
Swig some of that now. That's your penance now. And anytime you mention her again, there'll be a swig of raw vodka going down.
Don't threaten me.
A swig of raw
Me had a good time.
vodka going down the gullet of Peacock.
Yeah.
Now,
I'll be invading Ukraine by the end of this.
Woo! Let's hope so.
we all do look like war reporters.
We do, yeah. We do.
I'm here now in Kiev, where Putin has just launched his most vicious missile, his cock.
I'm there like, woo!
Putin launches his severed cock into Kiev, and then it just lands like limply.
Just hit some kid in the face.
Yeah, he's like, oh, what the fuck?
Is it a crime now, right? If you were to cut off your cock and then throw it at a child, would that count as like a?
I would say
that
it
it's a
would be
sexual
viewed as
thing?
off-color behavior.
Yes.
It would be frowned upon, but it would not necessarily be a crime.
I'd say your plea of insanity would be pretty secure.
Right,
Yeah.
because you cut your cock off.
You've kind of got out in front of it by cutting your own cock off.
Yes.
Now, what I would like to actually bring up here, and this is actually a salient point, is that it's actually illegal. Would you believe this now? It's not legal. So if you went to a hospital or a medical center or something, and you said to them, hey, I'll tell you what I want to do now, what I'd love to do, is I'd love to have my cock cut off and removed. And they won't do that for you. This is true. The only way they'll do it is if you say, and in its place,
Yeah.
I will have a fat, juicy pussy. They say James Corden. They're like, no, not that.
Oh.
No, a vagina.
Yes.
James Corden, the most famous fat,
Juicy pussy that's ever
alive.
lived.
But which is actually kind of funny that you can't just get your cock cut off, but you can only like there's literally. It seems like the horniest doctors alive. They'll be like, I'll do it on one condition.
Yes.
Did I get to put a juicy pussy down
Yes. But you know they just make the vagina out of your penis.
They just turn it
Out of
inside
this-
out, basically.
yeah.
isn't
Out
it?
of the out of
Maybe
the
hold that
meat.
a little bit
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Pretend it's like
Closer to
a
your
bottle
gob.
of gin or something. and
Pretend it's the tit of rice.
Pretend it's Devil Air's cock.
Pretend it's the
The tit of rice.
rice.
Cock.
Oh!
Holy
in
God.
fairness, it's deserved.
We've had it.
Yes.
We've had it coming.
We've had a lot of swipes at Peacock
I know.
expense, and it's only fair.
Genuinely, Rob's been way worse, and all I've done so far is abuse
Have I
Rob.
been worse?
You have.
How have I been worse?
You've been
You've
nasty.
been way
He
worse.
instigates it all the time.
No,
Yeah, he does.
This is my impression of the usual conversation. Is Mike goes, oh, you know now, Peacock, lovely lad, very funny, and then Rob goes, fat though.
Oh, absolutely
That was it. When he said that, I did. That was good though. That was a
I
good
did
one.
not say that. It's always Mike, and then I follow Mike's lead.
Listen now. Back to. I was saying something very good there. Can we remember what
Yeah,
I
you
was
cut
saying?
your cock. You can't.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so yes, you can't. Of a summers, even so a lot of times you're weighed down by your cock, and you think, "Am I going to have this thing forever?"
Go for it. Go for it.
You made a lunge at a can there, Peacock, and then you realised you were probably going to topple over if you fully went for it.
You made,
Hold on now.
you made a lunge at your mother's cans. But anyway.
Is that another swipe at my mother?
Listen, we spent last week shitting on my mother for the Christmas dinner fiasco.
I tell you,
That was
this
the
much.
most fucking troubling thing I ever heard. I messaged the both of you that
The real
fucking
troubles,
day.
I tell you, Peacock.
Jesus Christ, that's horrific.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like, you must only have one fork inside the house, is what I
Oh,
said
we
to Mike
do,
Rice.
yeah, with the-
So
yeah.
you have to queue up to fucking have the Christmas dinner.
No, it was a very Dickensian, cruel, cold, miserable Christmas. It was one of the more honestly. into my mind, it was the darkest thing we've said on this podcast. It was
100. Or we had to. I thought I was gonna have to cut it out. Bleep it out,
honestly.
describing your Christmas dinner. I mean, it was truly one of the most miserable scenes. Like it was like something out of Angela's Ashes.
100%. That's
like,
that's what I messaged Mike Rice immediately. I said, "This is like Angela's Ashes."
Yeah.
I would rather have went to the Magdalen Laundries for Christmas dinner than what happened in Chief's house. Sweet good Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was going to
Shocking
say
stuff.
now, because we're back from Christmas and of course Peacock was down in Kilkenny.
Oh, that's a lovely place.
And he was
Beautiful people.
like a peacock, a display of colour and magnificence on stage in Kilkenny, and the crowd went wild.
He did not like me. Well, I called him stupid a whole bunch of times.
All right. Okay.
And I told you now, because Peacock he's wearing a rugby jersey, you know, and that's like red to a bull of the Kilkenny hurling crowd.
Right.
There was lads kind of biting at the walls, and they were kind of like sticking little pieces of splinters of wood into their hands. Because sometimes and this is a true thing now and again for the English people or something. So hurling is a sport where you have a wooden hurl and you hit the balls with it. But Kilkenny is so big in Kilkenny, there's a lot of what's called hurling dysphoria, where a lot of people try to become hurlers.
Oh.
Yes, and they try to stick like splinters of wood in themselves, and then they'll sit
Wrap
down
metal bands around
and
themselves.
they wrap metal
Right,
bands around
yeah.
themselves, and then you just see them lying on the street and just with a piece of wood, and they're like, and then you'd be like, try to does he need to tell me? He's like, I'm a hurl. Play hurling
So
with
it's
me.
called hurl dysphoria.
Yes.
And they put tape around their ankles.
Yes.
Right.
Like a
okay.
grip.
Like a grip.
Yeah, it's a big problem
In Kilkenny.
In Kilkenny.
Can
yeah.
I say for my fellow podcast listeners now, because I'm a
Yes.
fan first and foremost, the big thing that I found surprising at that show was that Tommy Crotton is a real thing.
Oh yeah.
I thought that this was a figment of the mind of Mike.
Oh, absolutely.
But when you brought up Tommy Crotton, the room went fucking wild.
Yes.
He did a Scotland seminar. you were saying.
Well, the thing was, we tried to before the show. I told what I did was to try keep him out of the room. I'd put actually a load of hot sauce on the roof so that he'd burn himself if he tried to
Right,
scuttle along
right.
the roof. But what ended up happening then anyway is I had put the hot sauce on the roof, but then it turns out that Crotton has recently been on a holiday to Mexico and got a taste for the spice. So he was like a moth to a flame.
Right.
So and you all thought I was messing about Tommy Crotton, but so at the gig in Kilkenny, Crotton was up. That's why it's kind of hard with the crowd to keep their attention, because Crotton was like scuttling along the roof for the whole gig.
Yeah.
And then there was like people like, and then he'd stare down at people, and then there was, and I told him not to. I said, don't feed him. But there was people like throwing up bits of ham and bits of timber, and Crotton just,
Right, okay.
you know, like a seal that you throw fish. Crotton,
Every
Right,
man in
okay.
the place had a pocket full of ham.
Right.
That's right.
no, Peacock, I'm sorry.
God. Joe, I would say I shagged your mother, only I heard about that abomination with Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
She's getting nodding
I
off me.
would, if you I would welcome you shagging my mother. She's, I'd say about 20 years, I'd say, yeah.
Yeah.
Poor old,
Yeah, I know. So we will. What we're going to do is, and we were talking about this. We're going to throw a little hat around at a lot of gigs now and try to raise enough money to get an AI robot to shag Chief's mother.
yeah.
That'd be a bit of fun,
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
that's right.
But as we discussed, I think she's just Maeve Binchy.
Huh?
She just wants Maeve Binchy.
Well, yeah. Well, so one of the reasons that she couldn't cook for ye on Christmas dinner is she was making cakes to put on Maeve Binchy's grave, because a lot of the women still, and now people know from last week's that there was a cult in Ireland headed by Maeve Binchy,
I
who
caught
was
the tail end.
a chick-lit
Yeah.
writer,
A
and
chiclet.
that there was a thing called the Binchy tax,
Yeah.
where she taxed every woman in Ireland
Yeah.
with like cakes and pastries, and what they got in return was really observably nothing, but she still demanded it and people followed suit. But there's a lot of women that are still sending goods to her grave.
Yes.
Is it
Yeah.
true that it was her came up with the idea that if you ever get a tin of Danish biscuits, what you need to do is replace all the biscuits with sewing equipment within the tin?
Do you know
And then
what?
then you give the treats to
I
Binchy.
think that is a Binchyism.
Yeah.
Yes, and I don't know, because we had a biscuit tin that was just that there wasn't one biscuit in it.
Right.
It was all
100%.
sewing
I think
equipment,
every fucking house in Ireland has the same fucking.
and there might be a few plasters in there as
Yeah,
well.
that
yeah,
kind of thing.
sewing equipment, plasters, sellotape, scissors, all sorts.
So it seems like Binchy might have kind of.
I think that Binchy, I think that Death is going to do a similar thing to Vinci as it did for Savile. I think history's going to be quite unkind to Vinci.
Da Vinci, yes.
Yes.
Well, we were discussing the possibility of her on. I saw Maeve Vinci once, right?
Yeah, it's hard to miss her.
Hard to miss her. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sure,
Yeah.
I never caught her. I only saw her books now, to be honest.
Oh, sure, I
never
know,
saw
but
it.
sure, to you she'd seem normal sized. But
My God.
well, now listen, you've had about 7 unchecked swipes at Betsy Rice now, so you deserved a little tin chickler there.
Look,
A tin chickler.
You have
these fucking
today,
helmets.
you've
These
been-
helmets are doing us no favors.
Yes, you've had a
I'm
few
sweating.
cheapisms today.
I'm off my sweeties. you
He's
see.
off his sweeties.
I'm off
yeah.
my
Are you off?
I'm-
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I'm still on mine, so that's
Yeah.
a
Well,
big.
it's commiserations.
Yes, commiserations and congratulations. Yeah, I've just upped my dose. Mike gave me
Mike gave
what
me
he
the
had left
leftovers.
over. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, sure. Listen, we know well, sure, if you got off him, there'd be very little difference between you and Tommy Crotton.
Have you tried
absolutely, yeah.
just drinking a lot?
I've tried that. Yeah.
I'd say
Tried that.
quite effective.
Yeah. I
It's
mean, yeah.
subduing the
I have
feelings.
thought about it. Yeah. Because I was on. I spent my New Year's Eve with a motley crew. I was with Anno Gomez, Ridwan
Yeah.
Hussein,
Tommy
George
Lee.
Wheeler, Tommy Lee, Pamela Anderson. Who? Tommy Lee?
Huh?
Big Dick. Tommy
Oh,
Lee.
Did
that's
you?
the rumor.
I've never
It's
seen
not a
the-
rumor.
Well, it's not. He has the video. Yeah, that's true.
There was a great. He made a great film. I'm not sure who directed it back in the 90s, where he shagged the life out of Pamela Anderson
did.
on a boat.
Right.
And it was I think it was Kubrick, but he
He got an Oscar nod.
he got an Oscar nod.
Yeah.
Best cinematography. How
Yeah.
he captured her snatch was,
Yeah.
I don't know. It was
Captured
wonderful.
her snatch.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very aggressive.
It was like when I say captured in my head, it was like a snitch in a game of a game of Quidditch.
Yes.
Captured it.
Snatch
He
snitch.
beat her bludger left and right.
He did.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the bludger.
So, so he got that filmed, him shagging her, and then there's another video where he's in a car.
Yeah.
And now when you're driving on a motorway, and you'd think your biggest concern would be keeping your bloody eyes on the roads and your hands 10 and 2.
Yes.
But that wasn't his biggest concern. His biggest concern was having his cock sucked
Right.
by none other than Baywatch's Pamela Anderson.
Yes.
And this time I believe Scorsese did the film.
Oh.
Yes. Absolutely. Bobby De Niro was in the back jacking off.
Bobby De Niro played the car. I was watching one of these.
Her blonde head comes up with just De Niro in a wig.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually an M Night Shyamalan.
Just tasting his Jesus.
It's like, yeah, I'm good. I was watching this fake taxi, gay fake taxi.
There's a gay fake taxi.
There's a gay fake taxi, but this is the thing, right? With the straights, right?
Remember, Devil Aire's cock now.
Devil
up
Aire's
towards your
cock.
face.
So with the straights, with the gays, they don't even bother with the taxi concept, right?
Yes.
Because it's just gays. They just pull up and like, how about you get in my car and fuck me in the ass?
Yeah.
So then they do that, right?
That
And they pull up-
old trick.
That old trick. I said, hey, quit stealing my moves. They pull up. There's 2 lads in the back already. They get some geezer into the back of the car,
Yeah.
and they're driving around, and they're shagging each other. Not a seatbelt in sight. Do you know what I mean?
Brokeback Punto.
Yeah. Brokeback Punto, yes. And but the
There's cowboy hats on in the back of a Punto.
Just can't quit you.
Oh, fuck.
can't quit Jews. But the
Yeah.
great
Great film, Brokeback Mountain. I
It
will
is.
say.
It's a great film.
Yeah.
Beautifully shot.
They would have been shot.
But
if it
yes,
happened
they
in
would
Ireland.
have been.
On Devil Aire's watch.
On Devil Aire's watch. But where was I going with that? Oh, the gay fake taxi.
The gay fake taxi.
I said not a seatbelt and not a condom in sight. I said, by God.
Oh.
That's vile.
Vile.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I remember I went to do you know Rocket Man? Remember the movie Rocket Man?
Yes.
So I went to see it. It's about Elton John. Halfway through, big twist, he's gay.
No!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sequel to Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so in part of the movie, I was there with my my mother and my brother John, and John, you know, he had come out as gay, but there was a scene in the movie where there's a rough sex scene where this lad is kind of baiting this shit out, you know, he's wrestling around with Elton and giving him what for, and you know, sorry is not the hardest thing in that room. It's your man's. It's your man's.
Man's massive cock.
Anyway, so there's rough day, and my mother just she looked at this and then she just started looking at my brother like, just looking at him, and then she just goes, be careful.
Oh, Betsy, you poor saint.
Wear a helmet.
Yeah.
Always be the aggressor.
Be careful. Don't engage in this kind of thing with Peacock, please.
Stay away from Elton John.
And then at one stage he's doing a load of coke and he's there looking at me.
Be careful.
I know. I do have to keep telling me, Matt, it's all an act.
Oh, yeah.
Everything you ever hear me say on a microphone is an act.
Has she been to watch you?
No.
I have a powerful imagination, mother.
Yes.
You have to understand.
But I have the imagination of Binchy times 10.
One day there will be a peacock tax.
Yeah.
Every sausage roll in Ireland is to be sent to Peacock.
You will
I
ascend.
have the first bite of every cake ever made. Prima nocta, but for cakes.
Like just the first bite. Like if you have a slice of cake, you have to bring it to Peacock for the first bite.
Yeah.
Like that scene in Braveheart. Prima nocta has been declared.
You're not even able to talk over there anymore.
Close that fucking cat.
Give him his
It
Peacock
would be
juice.
my honor, Peacock.
Give him the Peacock. This is Peacock petrol.
We're running dangerously low.
His tank is on red.
This is story juice, as Mike said last
Oh,
time.
the story juice.
Yeah.
What was I going to say to you, Peacock? You've been on the Randan now. You've been on the Éire over Christmas.
It's been a hefty few weeks, all right. I just got back yesterday.
Yeah, you're fucking
Red in the face.
Your
and-
beard is turning to the colour of whiskey.
Was it a white? Was it a white Christmas?
No.
No.
Yeah, no.
You were doing a lot of Charlie.
Not a lot, no, not a lot, but bits and pieces.
I was. You know what I mean? Yeah, Charlie's
Who's
just
the lucky guy?
Yeah, he's the lucky guy.
He's a Deliveroo driver I trained into coming into.
Yeah.
Fake taxi. Mike's been driving around. Did you order a taxi? Because I'm ready to fuck.
It's fake Deliveroo. It's just a guy fucking the guy on the back of a bike.
Bag. A king size portion of my cock.
Happy meal indeed.
I hope you don't mind. It's got a little cold.
Oh man.
But because the night that you were in Kilkenny, now there was a little Bing fairy going around. We call cocaine Bing in Kilkenny for whatever reason. But there was a little Bing. This lad who had come to my gig, just like he was like the Mother Teresa of cocaine. He just came up to me afterwards. I know I don't even do it much anymore. But people have gotten the idea that there's no finer gesture towards Mike than to present him with a little.
That's the mic tax.
That's the
You've
mic tax.
branded yourself well, my friend.
That's right. So anyway, your man comes up to me and he was like, just quiet, son. You think there's a great gig now, great crack. And it's very funny, very funny.
Yeah, speaking of crack.
Your man Peacock now, he's sure I nearly threw a bit of the ham at him myself. But
That's unnecessary for a made-up story. didn't have to throw that bit in.
no,
That's what she said.
But so anyway, he goes, but then he's like, would you like a bit of cocaine?
Ooh.
And I said, oh cheers. I said, yeah, I would. And I just thought he was going to give me a bump or something. But he gave me my own little bag. He's like,
oh.
He said, that's for you now. And I go, take that now. And it's a great gig, very funny gig. Thank you very much. And then he just scuttled off
on the back of Crutton.
I should have.
He rode Crutton off.
Yeah.
I should have stayed with you.
Like Frankie the Tory, and you know.
Right. Yeah.
We can still
Sir
be going
Eric.
now.
I know.
Did you do bag on Christmas Eve?
Well, no. So this was the 23rd.
It's the 23rd.
So then
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
That's it. So then I says to one of my friends, I was like, "Jeez, this lad gave me." So anyway, we did a bit of that, and then we were out being very confident for a while.
Yes.
And talking a lot about ourselves incessantly, and then anyway, another while passes, and he didn't. When he gave it to me, it wasn't like, "Here's this now.
Yeah.
Listen to me tell you about my childhood for an hour." It was like,
Yeah.
"Here's this, and I'll be gone."
That's a legend.
Right.
And that's
a legend. That's a rare man.
That's a kindness now that you wouldn't. Yeah, we haven't seen since Mandela died.
Yes.
So so anyway, next thing anyway, we run out of banana or whatever, I'm not even thinking. And your man, I thought he was long gone. It's an hour and a half later. He just like, he pops out of the wall and he's like, are you finished with that last bag now?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. He's like, would you like another little bit? I was like, yeah, sure, go on. Anyway, next thing he just gives me another bag and then just scuttles off away on.
Was it Barry Keoghan?
Sounds more like Father Christmas.
Yeah.
It was, and I don't think I've ever seen. It was the kindest man.
I wanted nothing in return except your
Nothing.
jokes.
No, he had already gotten his fill. I'd already, bestowed him with my
With your jokes
with
and
my
your
jokes
tales.
and calling everyone pedos and
Yes.
whatnot.
Yeah.
And then he scuttled off again into the night. And God knows, I don't even know where he went or where he's from or if I had imagined him, but
Back to heaven.
back to heaven,
Yes.
where he was an angel. He was an angel.
I've never heard of
He
somebody
went back
not
to the top of someone's Christmas
exacting
tree.
a heavy
you know?
tax.
Huh?
I've never heard of somebody not exacting a heavy tax of listening to their bullshit.
That's right.
That's
Usually it's here's the cocaine, and now what you'll do for me is listen to my ideas.
Yeah.
Listen to my warped,
Right.
egocentric ideas for the best part of 9 hours.
You won't believe what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only did cocaine once, and I got so fidgety,
Yes.
and I need to do something with my hands, so I picked up a guitar.
Inspector Fidget.
Inspector Fidget, and I picked up a guitar, and I didn't know how to play the guitar. But I tell you what, I knew how to play the guitar by the end of the night. I played it all night, and I only ever did cocaine once. But
sounds like you should get into it.
I think it might suit me. Yeah.
If you take enough, you just know Wonderwall. That's a fact.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's But so you had a heavy Christmas. That's not a joke. That's not a big.
I appreciate it.
It's not a fat joke. That was just a big. We all had a big. It was a big.
I had a
big Christmas.
But so tell me now, what did you do? Because you've come in here now and you've slaughtered about 4 cans of vodka lime soda and it hasn't even put a dent in you. You haven't been sober in the best part of a month, have you?
It's been about that, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of being sober at the moment.
Huh?
Because I think a mental crisis awaits me.
Yeah.
So you haven't been sober since the day you were born.
That's not strictly true. No, but it's been about a month. Normally I'd kind of have some fallow days in the week.
Right.
But yeah, about a month. It's been tough. It's been great.
Silly season.
And what's been going on? Tell me now.
Just, family around for Christmas, and everybody goes home for Christmas.
Yeah.
All the Irish go home for Christmas, and sure, there's lads home from Australia and America and fucking...
I've never seen a man look more uncomfortable.
I am so uncomfortable in this chair, lad. I can't stress it enough.
What can we do to make things...
You can swap seats with me. That would be lovely.
I feel like that we have someone in palliative care here who is like trying to just make someone comfortable as they die.
Your family's coming over. We have a priest coming over to read you your last rites.
We have John Cena coming over to shake your hand.
Barry Keoghan's coming over.
So
he's gonna blow you.
So tell me this, lads. I was looking there the other day. I was thinking it's a great year for film. There's a lot of good films now that I've seen, and I just saw the movie Maestro last night.
I watched that.
Did you watch it?
I watched that, yeah.
I liked it.
I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Now what it turned. Now tell me if you got this message from the film, because this is my message. Now if you haven't seen it, you'll see it. This doesn't really give it away, but the whole film is about Bradley Cooper's character Leonard Bernstein, who I believe is a Catholic, but so Leonard Bernstein, a servant of the Pope, but so anyway, he's great at making music, but only if he gets to suck lads off.
I think
if he doesn't get suck lads off, he's like.
Really?
He's like coming up with Pitbull songs.
Is there sucking?
No.
Huh?
Is there sucking?
This guy is sucking and fucking left and right.
Yes.
I got the opposite thing.
Well,
I say let's watch Maestro now.
What I quite liked about it was that they were like, Bradley, we're going to have the most handsome actor we can find to play Bernstein.
Yes.
We're going to stick the biggest nose on it we can find.
That's right.
How was he able to blow them with his massive nose?
Well, no, what
he
they
couldn't
did
even get close.
I think it's because it gives with one hand, takes away with another. Because in that case, it is more difficult. But then he can shove it up lad's arse, and that'll serve as a once he's finished. So, and this is actually true with some bigger nosed people, is they kind of have two. We'll say they have two lives, two sexual lives.
Right.
Because if they come out of their willy, then that's done.
Yeah.
But then they've got a second cock
Oh, okay, a back one.
on their face, so they'll be finished. They jizz, and then just without even skipping a beat.
Oh, the fucking helmet came in handy.
The helmet there.
Thanks, Ellen. Or Ellen.
Thank you for thanks, Helen, for fucking
Ellen.
These are not for decoration, but so this is true.
Yeah.
So you finish on the lower end, but then you go in straight in with the nose like a little woodpecker, just
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Sniffing out your own seed.
Well, listen, I mean, there's been worse ways to spend a Sunday evening, but there's worse ways to
Spend the Sabbath.
There's worse things to do after a long mass.
To Bernstein, the Sabbath's on Saturday.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. But so anyway, so Bernstein. So my takeaway was from it, and if you haven't seen Maestro, it's not going to be out in episodes of Columbo, so don't worry about it. But so he has a wife now, but they kind of have a thing of like he has her. His whole narrative is I can't even come up with a tune unless I've
Have a cock in me mouth.
Well, I'm very.
I've blown a few fellas,
I think his whole thing was, I'm very sad unless I have the occasional ride off a young man.
Oh,
Yes.
he likes young men.
He likes young men.
Menstein.
Yes.
Oh,
the camera! No way!
No.
Ah, fuck off!
Oh,
Well, Jesus, just on 40 minutes. No way. Anyway, we'll
Time
finish.
flies.
We'll finish off. That time did fucking fly. It
did.
It flew like Peacock flew from Cork to Kilkenny on the 23rd of December.
On a fucking bus that took me 4 hours.
Did you go back on the bus as well?
No, me ma came up and collected me. By God, if I had to go back on the bus, I'd have been slept inside the bed.
Hey now. I want his name's going to be bleeped.
Will it be bleeped?
Everything, yeah.
Every time, yeah?
I actually took her name out of my special.
Did you,
'Cause I
yeah?
had her name in special, as I know, because she's already she dislikes me enough as well for the content, but if she was involved, do you know what I mean? Like, my mother is a Puritan.
Yes.
Like, she thought Father Ted was a disgrace.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
You're preaching to the choir on this.
Yeah, genuinely.
Yeah.
Thought they were mocking the clergy, and that wasn't.
Is she a religious woman?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Still goes down to...
Oh, 100%.
And does she know about the...
She knows about the whole kit and caboodle.
Kit and caboodle, all right,
and
okay.
let me tell you, she loves me a lot less. Like, just, she loves me demonstrably less.
No, I mean, does she know about the Catholic Church and their wrongdoings?
And the wrongdoings.
The Magdalene laundries, the babies.
It's amazing the cognitive dissonance people have done with that, like the older Catholics. But to be fair, from their point of view, like, it's just so painful for them to accept all that stuff, so they just kind of go.
A few bad apples.
That's exactly
Few
right.
bad apples.
A few bad apples.
Yeah.
But there's so many good priests.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And you have to
The
kind of
ones
say,
who fuck the kids.
The good priests are never in the news, Rob.
Yes, that's true.
No, there's never a story about
a priest who doesn't fuck kids and gives a nice sermon on a Sunday.
Priests who give quite a moving sermon. There's nothing about that.
Yeah.
No, there's only stories about the priests that get moved around to different parishes.
Yes.
But when I was younger, I would have those moments where I'd be like, when you go through those, when you're like Ricky Gervais is now, where you're like, it's all a load of bullshit, man.
Yeah.
He's like an old man in the sky, man. It's bullshit. And then and I'd be like,
that's really cool, though.
They all knew.
That's
the
super
Pope
cool.
knew, Mom.
Yeah.
They knew about the paedophilia. And I'd be like, just trying to destroy her faith. For
Yes.
her.
Yeah.
I gave
That's
up on
good,
that.
though.
You know what destroyed my mother's faith? When I came out as gay. No, when my parents got divorced. Because when you get divorced, you're no longer seen as a... she can't get communion anymore.
Well, she's a pariah.
She's a pariah.
A leper.
Yes.
Excommunicated.
She's excommunicado, like John
Yes.
Wick. And she's no
very
longer...
much like John
Very
Wick.
much like John Wick. She's a few similarities between my mother and
That's
John
right.
Wick. And so with John Wick, if John Wick was at my house for Christmas, he would have put fucking... he would have emptied a clip into my mother, let me tell you.
If somebody kills your dog, by God.
Yes.
If I was in your house on Christmas, I would have put my head in the microwave.
We tried to put my mum's head in the microwave. But yeah, when you get divorced, they're like, you can't get communion anymore, you can't go to confession, because you're not seen as a proper member
Like
of
my
the
man.
church anymore.
Same as my
Your
man.
parents divorced.
They are, of course. Yeah.
Are they?
Oh, yeah.
Jeez, that explains a lot.
Old Hugh Peacock Senior lives up above near Birmingham.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, does he? Yeah.
Yeah, he does it.
Yeah. Was he one of the Birmingham Six or no?
No.
No. You'd nothing to
No,
do with
he's not brave enough to be so fucking.
Right. He turned his back on the movement.
No, he didn't. To be fair, I don't know. I took the piss out of him there. He's grand lad, yeah.
Is he?
Yeah,
He's a good guy.
he's alright. I hope that he does get arrested for terrorism. I bet he wouldn't open his mouth.
He's a good man.
Tight-lipped.
Yeah.
Tight-lipped.
Hard to get a cock in there.
Yeah. I'd say so, yeah.
Moriarty, give it a go.
I'll try. I like a
Moriarty
challenge.
loves a challenge.
I seen your clip the other day about you liking straight lads. And it always makes me laugh because my dad was like progressive, but like old school progressive. He'd be like, I have no problem with the gays as long as they don't ever try it on at me.
Yeah.
And at that time I was like, you're a fucking bullshit. Like, what interest would the gays have in you? And then
Yeah.
I hear gay lads be like, I love straight lads. I'm like, calling my dad like, watch your back.
Right,
They're
yeah.
coming.
And your arse. But
You were right, father. Put on your helmet now.
But see, this is the thing. I don't. For the purpose of that joke, would like straight men,
Yes.
and but I don't try and turn them
Yeah.
because
Stay away from him, Peacock.
You can't do that. You know.
You can't tell a duck to bark.
I had some. I was.
Tell him what you like.
I'm proud of some of these lines. I was flirting.
It hinges out.
Right, go on.
Yeah. So
Bit of hinge watching.
bit of yeah. So we had a bit of flirting here, and
Right.
what did he say here? So one of his photos is a picture of his arse.
No.
You don't want to see his
A
arse, do
fella
you?
sent
A
us a
bloke
picture of his
said
arse.
you.
No, it's one of his talents. He said a
Ah.
special talent of mine. It's a picture of his arse.
Is
There he is.
wearing,
There.
Is he wearing like?
He's.
So that's a picture of his head.
That's a
But
picture
then-
of his head.
But then
This is a
But then there's a picture of his bum.
picture of his arse.
Oh Jesus!
And it says a special talent of mine.
Is having an arse.
It's having- well,
I'm afraid that's nothing special. Does he actually think that that's his like big closer is having an arse?
It's
When
big
somebody
opener.
goes, "What's your party piece?" Oh Jesus!
woo!
Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah,
He goes on. You're not going to believe this. He
David
turns around.
Williams is hitting the golden buzzer.
Williams says, "Close it down now. We have our winner." We still have to do a semi-final and final. I said we
We
have
have
our
a winner. Send him to my dressing room.
I was doing a bit of a big Britain.
God, it's sad. It's sad the camera didn't catch that. But the
Yeah.
So I said to him, "I like your special talent."
Yes.
Right, that's a good one. He says, "Oh, thank you. I've been working on it for a while to make it more special." I said, "This is good, right?" I said, "If you're doing a talent show anytime soon, let me know."
Yes.
Yeah. So I could definitely do a little showcase of my talent in return.
I could be a judge.
Yeah, I could be a judge, jury, and executioner. So he said, I could do a showcase of my talent in return for a comedy set. I said, sounds like a deal. So then he says, I'll make sure to laugh very loud. And I said, I'll make sure to clap dem cheeks. Oh,
Did you say
yes.
that?
I did say that, yeah. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, we're all.
It's,
I gave a pointless look at the camera there.
I did too. I kind of looked.
But
Like out of the office.
I love that.
Yeah.
As soon as the camera's off, Chief goes starts just fucking giving nothing but gold.
I know. God
Fuck's
damn it.
sake.
That's class.
Anyway,
Fuck
That's
me.
unreal work. I'm
Listen.
playing in the
the
amateur
helmet's
leagues.
off.
the helmet's
Well,
off.
the camera's off.
That's true, yeah.
The camera's
That's
off,
right.
and my head was fucking melting.
But
yeah.
God's never off.
No, your head was your head was overheating there. Vodka limes in the helmet. I was going.
I took a
bleed
good
the radiator on Peacock.
I took a good slug of that vodka as well when you had it over.
You fucking did, lads. Listen, that's been Big Mike and the Chief.
You have a podcast.
Oh
Peacock.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, the Hero Complex podcast. Try it. It's getting good.
Adam Green.
Adam Green, Pat Brosnahan, they're both very funny.
Yes, I'm on tour. MikeRiceComedy.com. I just put on a second show in Dublin, the big room in Whelan's. Tickets are going fast. Get tickets for that. That's for May. You'll love it.
It's very funny.
Also, London is just about sold out. Top secret. Get ticket for that if you can. Glasgow, Manchester. We've added new shows. We're gonna be announcing in Cork soon. Limerick.
Yeah, and I'm going to open for him in Cork because he loves me.
That's what yeah. Peacock's had a few drinks and he's
You're talking to the camera, so who's really drunk here?
That's true, actually.
I'll tell you one thing, I've been put in my place by you, Peacock. Peacock's put me on my arse.
Nothing gets
more
past
times.
Peacock.
So anyway, MikeRiceComedy.com. Have a look for tour tickets. I love you. I know there's no one. I can't. I'm addicted to the camera.
I'll be Cafe Mode. tonight, if you want to come by.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Good luck, Peacock. Do you have anything to plug or say?
No,
or
just that podcast. Give it a go.
give it a go. Give Peacock's podcast a go. It's fantastic. All right, lads.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Cheerio.
Lovely stuff.
Do I press this?
Yeah, no, the middle one.